So guys, it's David here and it is currently day 398. I hope you guys are doing well and like always are doing better than yesterday. I have one message for you guys today, and that is your self-consciousness is complicating the simplicity of life. By being self-absorbed, by only thinking about yourself, by perhaps being insecure, shy, afraid, or scared, you not only make life what was actually a simple and enjoyable experience, you turn that into something devilish and complicated. You not only affect your life through self-consciousness, but you also radiate such energy to those around you, influencing and impacting how they see and experience their reality. An example would be when I first started my calls position. It was my first week into this new environment, meeting new people. And there were some ladies there, co-workers, or perhaps some other people in different departments, which I find quite interesting. And I thought to approach them, but I didn't. However, I had this sense of courage because I was changed back then. I was changed and I felt on top of the world. Therefore, I subconsciously communicated this courage, this sense of boldness, this ambition to other people. And because I was not self-conscious, I stopped thinking about myself. I no longer cared how or what I said would be taken in such a way that may have in the past made me look bad or as I had thought. And it was true that these interesting ladies approached me with courage, approached me with a sense of joy and curiosity. But I did not act it because I was lacking in experience. However, after a few weeks, I had some trouble with my self-consistency. I fell backwards. I relapsed on drugs. I relapsed on pornography. I relapsed on all the possible things that I truly hate about my life. And because of so, I became self-conscious. I had doubt in myself. I was afraid and scared to be myself again. In a way, I became insecure. I started to care about how I look. I started to care about if what I said would be taken in the wrong way, if whether it may offend someone, if whether I may be taken as a creep. And nobody wants to feel like that. But certainly, I thought every single syllable I said out of my lips would be taken in such a way. Therefore, I didn't talk. I didn't even dare to look at those interesting ladies in the eyes no longer. And because of my own insecurities and because of my own self-consciousness, those same ladies who used to approach me with courage, boldness, and curiosity looked at me weirdly, looked at me with hesitation, looked at me as if they themselves were insecure on if the things they said, on if whether the things they do would be taken the wrong way, would in a way make them weird. You see, in a way, I did not say anything to change how they were reacting to me. What changed was a mere thought. What changed was a mere subconscious or unconscious level of communication, a subtle gesture of my tonality and my picture that has influenced them to be reserved to themselves. It made them think differently. It made them act differently. But in reality, they were just reflecting my own insecurities back onto me. And because the world works on energy, I had infected them with my energy. I had infected them with the level of insecurities which I embodied because of my own regretful behaviors. So, you see, what used to be a very simple life, guys, what used to be a very simple life where you can be not so selfish and self-absorbed to think about everything is about you, when life used to be simple, where you could express your true desires and intentions and everybody will reciprocate or not, but either way, you get to be yourself. And there's only great feeling that comes from this. And even if you get rejected from such interaction, you know that they are not compatible with you, that your idea is not believed among them, and that is okay. But when you are self-absorbed, when you are self-conscious, you make what could have been a good relationship, what could have been a great partnership into a missed opportunity or perhaps even competition because they were scared just like you were. And it was not their fault, but because you had set the tone, the pace for the environment through the energy you had communicated subconsciously and unconsciously. Life was simple before you had made it complicated through your self-consciousness. And the only way to fix this, guys, is to send off a different energy. Send off the energy that you do not care about what you say, what you do, how the way you talk, the way you dress. And this is far apart from being narcissism, because this in a way also communicates an energy which attracts such people who likes narcissistic people or who attracts themselves. And this isn't exactly who I seek to become. And I know that to just be nothing but pure energy, to be so detached from yourself and to be feeling and compassionate of what other people is thinking and feeling in the moment makes life great. It brings great joy and pleasure from what used to be a dull and tedious world. Because life is so much more than ourselves. And life certainly has so much greater troubles to worry about than what you were wearing that day, than how you smelled, than how you dressed and how you groomed your hair. All this is trifling in the expense of how you see yourself in your own eyes. It doesn't matter how you dress. It does not matter about your outward appearance. It is about this unconscious gestures you display. It is about your thought. It is about your belief. And most importantly, it is about the level of energy you communicate to other people. See, if that is wrong, if the energy you are conveying to the individual is wrong to what you are trying to display, then nothing is going to match. You are in essence a fraud. And people can sense that. I'm sure you guys had sensed similar individuals who try to dress away, who try to talk away, who try to be somebody by the way they talk, by the way they walk, by the way they do everything. But something just off, something just feels so inauthentic about them, and that is so easy to pick up. And that is your self-consciousness. That is your self-absorbedness. That is your self-awareness. And most importantly, that is your energy. You see, the clothes, the haircut, the makeup, the dress, the shoes, the way you speak, all that can be changed through practice and can for attention to reinvent the way you want other people to judge you by. But what isn't changeable, if it's not authentic, is your energy, is the way you believe yourself to become. So don't make life what used to be something simple, complicated because of your self-conscious.